What is going on, gaming nerds? Welcome back to Midnight Gaming with Mystic Nightmare. Thanks for coming to the channel and hanging out. It is midnight and we are back on Subsistence, and the snow cabin is finally finished. It's been a long time coming for this, guys, but it is finally done, as you can see, and it looks absolutely amazing. Now, in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and take you through a walkthrough of the snow cabin, and I'm also going to show you pictures of the real cabin so you guys can do a little bit of a comparison to see, how everything turned out in the end. But before I do that, I want to let you guys know that in the description below, there's going to be a link to a Dropbox save file where you can actually download this cabin and have it all to your guys' selves. And also, there should be a link down there from a video that I made quite a little while back that will show you how to actually install it. Now, keep in mind before you install it that you want to back up any save files that you have on Subsistence already and save them on your desktop or whatever, because if you don't, there's a good chance that this file will actually overwrite one of the 3 tabs that you have in your saves. So to start out with, what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and start over here, and we're just going to do a general shot of the cabin deck. As you can see, we've got the iron railings. It's a pretty decent, good sized deck, but the biggest thing about this deck is you can see quite a ways away, all the way down the valley and everything else. Now, if you take a look at the real cabin pictures, as you can see on these pictures, we didn't quite have the materials that we needed to make the deck quite exactly the way it needed to be. The logs for the railing are quite a bit different, and the different stain on the coloring on the deck is quite a bit different. But as you can see on this one as well, or on the real cabin pictures, I should say, you can see quite a distance. It's actually at the top of the mountain. So, all right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip around and we're going to look down this little alleyway. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the log pillars that go straight down from these little joists right here that are on the real log cabin. But as you can see, it's just pretty much an extended porch. Now, here's the pictures of the real cabin. As you can see, we've got a nice little barbecue there, but the log pillars are there, and they do go all the way down the side, and it's just an extended porch all the way to the front door. So I'd say we did a pretty decent job on that. Not too bad. So let's go ahead and actually, you know what? I'm going to come out here, and we're going to look at the very front. Now, unfortunately, the front was a little bit difficult to do because the roof actually has a step down. The windows were very frustrating. I tried to do my best to get the windows correct and everything else, but it just didn't quite turn out the way I really wanted it to. Here's the pictures of the real cabin. As you can see, it's got French doors at the front, or not French doors, but double doors. They actually open up, French doors slide. But it's got the double doors in the front. I wasn't able to do that on this, basically because it would have made the cabin too wide. And the windows, as you can see, they're elongated. They're very tall, very vertical, and they were very difficult to do, and there wasn't really much I could do on the cabin for the game to kind of fix that. But yeah, so here's the pictures of the front of the cabin, one of the prettiest parts of the cabin, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and go inside the front. And once we walk in the front door, as you can see, on the left-hand side, there is the mud room. Just after that, you've got a little closet, then you've got a bathroom, and then you can see into the bedroom just a little bit. This is just the basic hallway. Now, if you look at the cabin pictures for the real cabin, it looks a little bit smaller. It's not as long. Kind of not really much you can do about that when it comes to the game. But on the left hand side, you can see there's a doorway that goes into the mud room. You can see the little closet just a little ways down the hallway. At the end of the hall, you can see on the left hand side the bathroom, and you can also see a little bit into the bedroom as well. If we come down here and we flip around, that's pretty much going to be our next shot, and it's pretty much the exact same hallway, but you can see a little bit of the kitchen. Here's the picture of the real cabin. for that's just basically the front door right there. Pretty nice tile on the ground and everything else. I helped my old man do the tiling and everything on that. But unfortunately, in real life, there are no BCUs, so we don't have any BCUs in the cabin. In the real cabin, anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and look out here next, which is the living room. Now, basically with the living room, you can see in the background you got the stove, you've got the 2 sofas, and the love seat, which is actually supposed to be replacing a rocking chair. Basically, this is fairly plain compared to the real cabin. Here's the real cabin right here. As you can see, there's a giant pillar in the middle of the way, a log pillar that holds everything up. You've got the beautiful stove in the background with the fireplace rock in the back. The windows are pretty awesome. There is the rocking chair with a gigantic stuffed moose in it because my dad has a very awesome sense of humor. And so there's the living room right there. Now let's go ahead and we're going to flip around and we're going to show you the overall inside of the cabin. Now, in the game, unfortunately, there isn't many amenities that are true to life, like stoves and sinks and stuff like that. So I had to do what I could do with the kitchen. The fridge is pretty much the only thing that really looks the same. But as you can see, you've got the second floor up there. You can see the entire loft. You can see the bathroom and everything up there. Take a note of the stairs on the right-hand side. You can see they're going backwards. If they were going forward, coming towards us, that would look a lot better. That's pretty much the way the actual real cabin looks. So here's actually the real cabin. And as you can see, the railing isn't iron. We've got 2 huge pillars that are holding pretty much the center of the cabin up. The beautiful stairs that I helped build with the log railings that are coming down. And also, as you can see, the stairs are coming towards us, which are the opposite direction of the game. In the background, you can see my old man looking out there, out the window, making sure that all of his hummingbirds outside have all of their food. But the kitchen looks quite a bit different. There is the island in the center and then the shelving as well as the stove and the fridge. But there was no way in hell that I was going to be able to do that on the game. So it's pretty nice looking. You can see the 2 couches and everything else. It's pretty nice. It is. It's an absolutely beautiful cabin. So let's go ahead and go upstairs, if I can, and we're going to start off by looking right here. So as you can see, you got the 2 beds, you got the 2 windows, and in the middle we've got an outhouse, an indoor outhouse. Pretty basic, pretty simple. Here is the picture of the real cabin. We've got the indoor outhouse, the 2 beds on the right and the left hand side, as well as the 2 windows. This is pretty much one of the coolest parts of the cabin, coolest looking parts of the cabin. That I like one of the most when it comes to coming up there and hanging out and chilling out and go, take a nap upstairs or whatever and just chill out and have a little bit of peace and quiet, and it's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and flip around. And in the game, this game unfortunately doesn't do the real cabin justice. As you can see, you got the windows in the background. Now, keep in mind, I told you before that I couldn't get the roof to do a single step down in the game, mainly because trying to fill in those gaps because of the step down would have been super, super difficult, and it would have looked really funky. And I was very afraid that it would block off this balcony and you wouldn't be able to see very well over the edge. So unfortunately, I had to just keep it as one straight roof instead of a roof with a step down. If you look at the cabin picture right here, this is probably one of the prettiest parts of the cabin as well. If you look at the roof, you can see the roof does do a little bit of a step down. I wasn't able to do that. I tried a few different things and it all just looked funky, or it just didn't leave enough room to do anything else. So yeah, this is the window view from the upstairs, and as you can see, the game just doesn't do the real cabin justice. So let's go ahead and head downstairs. We're going to start off by getting a good overview right here. Here is the entire downstairs basically for the game. You can see the bunk beds in the back. Take note of the stairs as well. They're going away from us. The real cabin actually has them go away and come towards us. There's actually two sets of stairs, one on both sides of that little platform over there. Let me just go ahead and pull up the real cabin picture right here. As you can see, I've got the stairs coming down, and then the little platform, it's got stairs going back towards the back of the cabin and then towards us in the front. And then we've got the two queen size beds as well as the bunk beds in the back. So let's just go ahead and flip around here. And as you can see, we've just got a stove with a wall and yet again another BCU, which we don't have in real life. Right by the door that goes out to the front of the cabin, I guess you could say. If I flip over to the real life picture, this is pretty much exactly what it looks like in the real cabin. You've got the stove with another nice fireplace rock wall in the background. I couldn't copy the shelvings in the right hand side basically because if I was to do that in the game, the shelving would have been too wide and would have blocked off the door, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go ahead and go in the garage here. And I pretty much got one picture, or well, I got two pictures, I guess. So, my dad's a machinist. He's a retired machinist, and he's got lots of tools. Lots of junk, lots of tools, lots of things to work with. There's no way I could have copied all of that stuff. So I basically put a bunch of shelving and put as many tools and stuff down here as I could, made this kind of a work area right here. In the back you can see that we've got our power and our mass storage back there in the back, and you can close that off and just de-uglify it by just shutting the door. If we go to the real cabin's picture, as you can see, my dad has a lot, a lot of tools with the front end loader that's in the garage here. As you can see in the back with the where on the back right hand side of the picture where the light is on, that's where the water heater is, and all of the water, you know, the water works goes back there, so we can just close that door and not have to worry about that. But there's the basic idea of the garage, and there was just no way that I was going to be able to copy that. So let's go ahead and flip around on the game. As you can see, shelving and a door. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, and another BCU. In real life picture, there is a massively huge door or garage door that locks, is made of solid wood. That thing is heavy. It's like 500 pounds. We have to open it every time we go up there. A lot more tools on the back wall and everything else, and that's why I put the shelving in the game cabin, so you guys could put, you know, anything up there that you wanted to put up there. But just a basic everyday door, that's really pretty much it. So that is pretty much everything on the game cabin compared to the real life cabin. Let me know in the comments below how we did, you know, if we did a good job copying the cabin. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. And the finishing touches on this cabin pretty much signifies the end of this season, ladies and gentlemen. We had one hell of a run. It's been a long time coming. We kicked some royal butt. We died quite a bit, and we had a pretty good time fighting and collecting, and just a lot of crazy stuff happened, a lot of updates, a lot of changes that Cold Games made, and it was a lot of fun. It was a blast. I'm considering making a video with some of the highlights of the entire season, but I don't know if I really want to go through and watch 33 videos again to find some good highlights. I don't know. Anyway, like I said before, in the description below is a link to the save file for this. Back up your saves before you download and install this save, so you don't write over any of the saves that you don't want to write over. Also, make damn sure to watch the video if you get confused, because there's a video link in the description on how to install it and also how to back up your saves and stuff like that. I don't want people coming back saying, hey, you didn't tell me that this was going to overwrite my save. All my work is gone. That's not my fault. You have been warned. Anyway, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, don't hit it. Just make sure no matter what you do, subscribe. Thanks for coming out the channel and hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate it. Is that rotten? Oh, damn it. For some reason, this is turned off. Crap. Anyway, keep gaming, keep doing it midnight, have a blast, and we'll see you guys, well, in the next episode. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.